Have you ever gotten to the point to where your body's trying to tell you something and you realize that you can't keep doing the things the way that you used to do them? That's kind of where I am now. Lately, I've been dealing with joint aches, some inflammation, allergy symptoms, throat clearing, coughing, and that urge to cough, and acid reflux issues. So, after talking with my doctor, and paid close attention to what my body was trying to tell me, I realized that it's probably best to just make some changes and see if I can heal myself and help myself feel better. One thing that's been frustrating has just been my joints. Ever since gaining that menopause weight, I feel my joints have been really taking a hit, especially my knees. I also have bone spurs in my Achilles tendon, and that causes some soreness. So a while back, I finally got the inflammation and pain to calm down in that area, and I was feeling pretty good. But then I started adding back some higher impact workouts, um, like jumping rope, doing some box jumps, some high impact stuff. And before long, the inflammation started back up again. So I realized I needed to kind of back down from doing those workouts and make some adjustments. Honestly, it's just been so frustrating because I enjoy staying active, but this pain is just getting to the point to where it's just getting on my nerves. I train pretty much every day between karate, kickboxing, and my regular workouts. The good thing is that I've learned to modify those exercises the way that I need to based on how I was feeling. So years ago, I probably would have pushed through that pain because I didn't want to slow down, and that really just affected me, made things worse in some cases. So now I'm learning to modify a workout, and it doesn't mean that I'm weak. I've realized that too. It means that I'm finally listening to my body and able to heal my body better by just listening. I've also noticed that recovery takes longer than it used to. That's okay. I know because I'm getting older, you know, that is one of the things that happens. Now, these days, if I don't get enough rest, my body just lets me know. Because I'm still dealing with hormonal fluctuations, sleep has become really important to me. If I make rest a priority, I notice a huge difference in how I feel, how I recover, and even how my workouts go. Another thing I've been dealing with is coughing, throat clearing, excess phlegm, and more so the urge to cough. Oh, and when I laugh, that urge to cough comes back too. At first, I thought it was allergies because I have dealt with allergies some in the morning. Sometimes I'll end up having to go through the process of clearing my throat and working through that, but it clears up. But then I've wondered if there was more to it because of what I was feeling, because of the way the cough is coming. feel it in my esophagus. So one of the reasons is because that's been such a big deal is because I really like singing and I take voice lessons. And I noticed that when I'm trying to hit those higher notes, I have this urge to clear my throat, and then sometimes the excess phlegm comes up, and I notice that I have to cough to really try to work through it. And sometimes the cough just comes out of nowhere. So that's not good when you're in the middle of a song and you got to cough, right? It's really annoying, and it's affecting doing something that I really enjoy, because it's making my voice unpredictable now. Recently, I met with my ENT, my ear, nose, and throat doctor, and we talked about me getting allergy shots as the next step. After discussing it, I decided that I didn't want to go that route because to me, the allergies wasn't the big part of it. Um, and part of that challenge too was the commitment. I'd have to go into the office regularly, like once a week, and I didn't want to, try to fit the appointments in around work and, sit there and wait for my turn and, just make that part of my routine. I didn't really want to go through all that. So honestly, I just also wasn't convinced that allergies was really the entire issue. So I'm not saying that allergies aren't contributing, but because they probably are, it's just that I don't feel like they're the whole story. The reason why I think reflux may play a bigger role in this is because of the symptoms I've been experiencing. Now, I do understand through my research that allergies and reflux can sometimes look very similar. And I think that's been part of the issue with me going to my doctor and the ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor, because we've been trying to figure out, how I can feel better. But I think about the irritation in my throat, the coughing, and that feeling that something is irritating my esophagus. And occasionally getting that metallic taste in the back of my throat, that's like another thing. And so I wondered if reflux was contributing more than I realized it was. So for now, my doctor and I decided to take a different approach to this. So I'm going to continue my allergy medication. I take Allegra and 2 nasal sprays, but I'm also going to take my reflux medication. And then one of the bigger things is making dietary changes. I feel like healing my gut is going to help with that, but I need time to actually do it. Over the past years, I've gotten into some bad eating habits because of the menopause, and I know that's not been serving me well. So I've been eating more processed foods than I should, and while those are really convenient, I suspect that they may be contributing to some of what I've been experiencing. And I know it's not been good because I've been, noticing, bloat and whatnot from that too, and just that sluggish feeling. So that's just what I think right now. Changing habits isn't easy, and if it were easy, we'd all do it and never really struggle with it, right? But I'm getting tired of dealing with these symptoms. I'm tired of the inflammation. I'm tired of coughing. I'm tired of constantly having to clear my throat. And I'm just tired of just my body fighting against me. So instead of being so frustrated about it, I'm taking this opportunity to look at this and just really listen and just say, you know what? You got to do what you have to do. You got to make the changes. My body's been trying to tell me something for a while, and it could be telling me to slow down when I need to. I've been working towards that, taking more naps. Sometimes I have to just avoid a workout altogether. It could be telling me to recover more, hence me sleeping more, and just going ahead and just taking a nap. Maybe it's telling me to fuel myself differently, which that's one of the things that I feel like is huge for me right now. Being able to properly fuel my body for everything, workouts or just living, period. It also could be telling me what was working in my 30s, 40s just isn't necessarily working. I can't do the same things. And I think that's one of the things that's been kind of hard this past couple of years to deal with. Now I know I cannot keep doing the same things. One thing I'm learning as I get older is that adapting doesn't mean that I'm giving up. It just means that I'm having to readjust myself. I mean, I'm still doing karate. I'm still working out. I'm just learning that sometimes I need to do things differently. Um, I need more recovery, and that's just the way that it is. I need better nutrition. I need more sleep. And I need to just stop fighting reality, because fighting reality doesn't change reality. Listening, learning, adjusting, that's just what helps us move forward. So that's where I am right now. I'm making some changes, paying attention to how I feel, and seeing what happens. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever had a point to where your body was clearly trying to tell you something and you finally decided to listen? Did something ever happen that made you just wake up one morning just like, okay, I need to pay attention and make some changes? I'll see you in the next video.